that has no drugs, is non-invasive and painless. John's great results have given his freedom back, and he's doing the things he wants, like simply driving or cutting the grass. Tri-State Neuropathy Centers help John, along with thousands of others. Let them help you next. Call 304-777-2068. That's 304-777-2068. Tri-State Neuropathy Centers, the leader in treating peripheral neuropathy.
And it's 3:15 on this Monday afternoon. Time for Raising the Region with Fay Penn Economic Development Council. And we have Lori here with us. Lori, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well. You have a special guest here with you.
I do. I have here with me my good friend and colleague, Kathy Hall from the Fayette Chamber of Commerce. Welcome, Kathy.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Sure. So I'll just tell a little bit about Raising the Region. We are live on WMBS the second and fourth Monday of every month from 3:15 to 3:45. And we are talking about everything and anything that has to do with elevating Fayette County to what we know it can be and is, and I feel like Fayette County is just to me it's the greatest place to live. I love living here, and there's so many great organizations and people out there just doing so many wonderful things to elevate our county. And so today we're going to talk about some of that. So again, Kathy, thank you. And so today we're going to talk a little bit about the America's 250th birthday and some things that are happening in Fayette County to go
absolutely.
along with that, and Uniontown, and so we have a good show today.
We're talking about America's 250th birthday, which technically happens on July 4th, 2026, but we in Fayette County are celebrating 13 months of different activities throughout the rest of the year till July of 2026. We got lots of stuff happening.
I know, and we would probably need a few shows to go over everything that's happening between now and then. But this is something, this America's 250th. I've seen it. Different. I'll say grant programs and announcements and stuff. This has been planned for quite some time. Like, things have been in the works for a while now on a national level, but also on our local level.
Yeah.
You guys have been working on this for a while.
Yeah, I bet we've been working on different projects for about 6 months now. We kicked off our America's 250th celebration with our Lafayette Fair World Tour reenactment that we had back in May, the end of May. That was pretty much our culmination of kicking off our 13 months of celebrations of different activities that we're doing here in the county, and all the different little local communities are doing some things as well. So I'm sure we'll get into that a little bit later.
Definitely. So I guess, how is Fayette County preparing to be a part of this celebration?
So, as I said, 13 months of activities. A couple of the activities that we have currently going on is the State Theater is doing a All-American movie series, which they have once a month, and I believe they're all on Fridays with the exception of, I want to say it's the March date. Please don't hold me to that. They are doing different kind of Americana type movies. So in the month of October is To Kill a Mockingbird, and I believe that's October 24th. And then in November, they're having Red Dawn. And some of the other movies that they're having is Top Gun. So I personally cannot wait to see Top Gun on the big screen at the State Theater. But they're also doing American Tail with Fievel.
Okay.
And it's going to be on a Saturday it's a kids matinee to bring the kids out to it. So they're doing some activities based on the America's 250th. And then one of the big programs that we are having at the Chamber that we're hoping to kick off in late October is our 250th Service Award. So 250-hour service award to individuals who have participated in some community activity and put in 250 hours. It may not seem like a lot. It may seem like a lot to some people. It may not seem like a lot. But it's through a long period of time. So like we're talking 250 hours from like January of 2020 through May of 2026. So we're hoping to have a lot of individuals apply. There is a criteria that we're going to be releasing, and there's going to be a committee that's going to review all the applicants. But we're hoping to have a lot of people to be able to celebrate community service here in Fayette County.
Well, and just, knowing the different organizations that are around and some of the people in the different communities and the work that they do, I'm sure there will be a lot of eligible people, and they probably don't even realize it.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
If you're somebody out there who gives and donates your time and efforts to various services or
communities
and stuff, start
keep an eye out.
Keep track of those hours.
You're
and
right.
So I'm guessing something will come out in the near future, and that people can.
We're still trying to iron out. Yeah, we're still trying to iron out all the criteria, make sure that it sounds correct, and then figure out how to best release the information and start requesting those applications and stuff. So it's going to be a Google form that's going to be able to be filled out. But yeah, I'm sure in one of these many programs here on WMBS that the chamber comes on and talks about, we'll finally be able to tell when that stuff is being released for that. But be on the lookout for it. It's going to be a great program. We're looking forward to seeing all the people that are nominated for this award,
right,
and then have a big celebration for them next year as part of the 250 celebration.
So, and it seems to these types of community events and things that are going on, are can really kind of help boost, the communities and our area a little bit. And, we always like to talk about economic development here. Yeah. And, our area is just so rich in history. And obviously that's a tourism draw, and thus boosts economic development around here.
Right. So a lot of the different communities we're encouraging, I should say, a lot of our communities to put on their own 250 celebrations. And one I know of that's happening is Connellsville. They have their own little committee going. They have different activities that they're going to be having. They're taking already planned activities and putting that America's 250 spin on it. So they're hoping to, they have a decent size Halloween parade every year in Connellsville.
Right.
I mean, Uniontown has theirs, but Connellsville has a pretty decent size one too. So they're taking that 250 spin and asking people to do some of their floats based on the America's 250 and the different decades that's going on, because we're not just celebrating America now. We're celebrating America from the past all the way through.
Right.
It's our journey to independence. That's one of our taglines. So we're talking about all the different types of history, all the different types of decades. So they're talking about, trying to put a little spin on something that we're already doing. Masontown has a whole bunch of activities that they have planned as well. Smithfield started planning their different activities. And we're asking people in the communities that are those people that work hard and already plan activities.
Right.
Take that activity, throw a little 250 spin on it. Let us know it's happening, and we'll be able to promote it out under the 250 logo.
That's a great idea, obviously, and especially having the chamber here as a resource for these communities. So it is. I think it's a great idea, because I know a lot of the our smaller communities within the county. They plan their own thing. They have their own stuff going on, and then having the chamber here as a resource to kind of help and to help put that spin on it.
Right. We're not just asking the communities, though. We're looking for businesses to participate as well. We have a whole list of different activities that businesses can participate. Do a 250 type window decoration, or grab some of your business friends in your local area. If you're in a plaza, check with them, get them to do a window display in a 250 type theme. I mean, there's lots of different ways that a lot of different people can get involved, and we want to know about it. Shoot us an email at info@fayettechamber.com. Tell us that it's happening, and we can help you promote your activity. We do have a Fayette County PA 250 Facebook page that we are posting all the activities that we can find based on America's 250 on that.
Okay, those are great resources. So, beyond these different celebrations and things that are happening, what kind of legacy do you hope that this 250th anniversary will have for our county?
So Pride in Place, we got a lot of things happening in our different communities, and I keep going back to that our communities are doing all these different activities, and we need to go and support our different communities. Right. So if you live in Uniontown and Connellsville's doing an activity, go help and go celebrate and go plan and go be whatever they're doing. Or if you're in Connellsville, come over to Uniontown and participate in something that Uniontown or Masontown or Smithfield or, whoever is doing that. Just, come help and support the other areas that are doing something with this America's 250. And let, Fayette County know that there is stuff and there is good things happening. Right.
Well, you talk about pride in place, and I've heard that, term a lot, and especially in I'll say more recent years, as a lot of the I'll say, taking it back to like economic development, a lot of focus on where people want to live. It's all about that place. And I was actually I was listening to an economic development podcast a week or so ago, and the gentleman on there said that people now are choosing places to live and then deciding where they want to work in that place. Yeah. So it's not necessarily about moving somewhere for a job.
Correct.
It is about moving somewhere because that is the place that you want to live, and possibly have a family and friends and do all of your fun stuff, and also have a job. The job kind of becomes secondary, and so really that pride in place and placemaking is becoming so important for economic development, and that leads to this whole quality of life thing.
Yeah, we talk about that all the time.
Making the place, place where you live better. And I mean, we have all the wonderful outdoor recreation here. We have our trail system, which is just going to continue to grow here and be talked about, I think, even more because I think sometimes maybe people don't realize what a draw that is and how important trails are to people nowadays.
Absolutely.
It's alternative transportation in a sense.
Yeah, it is. It is, absolutely. One of the things that, speaking of trails, a lot of people go and hike and bike at Ohiopyle. And a part of the 250 celebration, Touchstone, has purchased a building in Ohiopyle, an old church, I believe it is. And as a part of the America's 250, Pennsylvania is doing a bell. They're asking all of the counties in the Commonwealth to have a bell. It looks like a Liberty Bell, but they want you to create your own bell. And we have partnered with Touchstone to do this bell, and it is on display at the church being painted and worked on. And they're doing a pop-up open house. I believe it's the first weekend in October. It's over Oktoberfest. That information is on the the Fayette County PA 250th Facebook page. that you can find information about going and seeing what the bell looks like so far. Salvo Strategies has sponsored the bell, and so we're excited for it to be finished, and it's supposed to be done sometime in December, and I'm sure we'll have a bell reveal
that'll be
party.
exciting.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to it. You can go on PA America 250 PA Facebook page and see some of the surrounding counties that have already released their bell. I know Washington and Westmoreland both have. We're still working on ours, and I'm looking forward to seeing what it looks like. So, but that's a part of tourism, and then also part of our trails that we talk about all the time that boosts our economics in our county.
Right. And again, just that pride in place, and I love living here. It's one of the, I moved away for a while and moved back, and couldn't really think of living anywhere else. It's and I think sometimes we as residents maybe take that for granted a little bit, that we don't realize sometimes what actually what is in our backyard. And it's really it's exciting to take a new look at where we live, and the fact that that Touchstone is doing the bell is exciting. Anything that comes out of Touchstone is fantastic. So it's just a great way to get a lot of different people involved.
It's one of those hidden gems that people don't really know about in Fayette County.
That's exciting. So we want to shift focus a little bit, and we want to talk about Fiona Fayette. I'm not sure, maybe you listeners have heard about Fiona Fayette or not, but Kathy, can you tell us a little bit about her?
Sure. Fiona is our children's history ambassador, and she came out of a conversation with the Historical Society. Some people may remember Phineas Fayette. It happened in the 70s. There was a coloring book that went along with Phineas, and so we got to talking about it and thought we would redo Phineas's coloring book, and got to looking at some of the different pages in the coloring book, and we were like, no, we need to make this a little bit more modern for our 250th celebration. So we created Fiona Fayette, and she is Phineas's great-granddaughter. And again, like I said, she is our children's history ambassador. And right now we have 3 different projects going on with her. We're hoping to add a couple more. We have launched her through our library system. So we have a stick puppet that's kind of based off of the Flat Stanley.
Okay.
And we have a coloring book, and we do have a children's book that all go together. It's kind of a 3 combo thing. And in the coloring book is different pages that they can color of different historical sites in Fayette County. But the stick puppet and the book actually go together. And in the book, there are, I don't even know. I probably should know the answer of how many different locations Fiona visits in the children's book. I know if Daniel was listening to me, he would be very mad that I don't know that answer. But we're encouraging people to go to the library, grab a stick puppet, grab a book, and go visit our local historical sites in Fayette County. Take a picture, a selfie with Fiona at those locations, and upload it on the Fiona's Patriotic Adventure Facebook group page. And there's incentives that go along with it. So if you take 5 pictures from 5 different locations, you get something. There's different incentives that we're going along with it. So, like I said, right now it's currently been launched at the libraries. You can go and get your Fiona stick puppet and book and coloring book. We do also have them at the chamber office. We will be taking more of them out and to our other locations that are in the historical book. She is a live person as well. We do have someone who is playing our Fiona Fayette, and she will be popping up at different activities that we're doing between now and July 4th, 2026.
How exciting. What a great way to get our local children involved in our history, but also kind of looking into our future as well. Like you said, this America's 250th. It's about celebrating the kind of past and present, and I'm sure that looking into the future as
Absolutely.
well, and getting our young people involved early, and so that they are learning about our great historical sites that we have here, and just the significance of our historical sites here, the significance that they have played into America's, history.
Right, absolutely.
Some of the things that have happened here have been transformative for America. So it's exciting.
We will be having curriculum that goes with it that we're going to get into the school districts to talk about it. The curriculum is going to be in the book is based on like 3rd and 4th grade. Okay. The coloring book is more for younger kids. But it's funny because even the adults are giddy and excited over Fiona and the stick puppet, and they're like, "Can we participate too?" Absolutely, anyone can participate in the Fiona Fayette stick puppet adventure. It's patriotic adventure, I guess I should say. I'm probably going to get yelled at for the stick puppet adventure, but her patriotic adventure. There's a Fiona Fayette Facebook page that we're going to be putting out there where the other locations are going to be. Like I said, right now we're just launched her in the libraries. There will be other locations that she's going to be launched at. And then the Patriotic Adventure group is where you upload the pictures when you go to the different locations. Okay,
so definitely people, our listeners should be on the lookout for some of this. And like you said, the chamber office, they could, if people can call the chamber office, I'm guessing, too.
Yeah.
If they have any questions, or anything like
absolutely.
that. But it's wonderful to see, like I said, with getting the children involved. And I'm guessing, too, on those Facebook pages, there'll be like some of the other events and things, or where people might be able to see the real
Fiona. Yes, the real Fiona. We don't have exactly when she's going to go and out in adventure yet. We haven't planned anything on when we're going to have her out and about, but we did have her at the Lafayette farewell tour. She was there. She came out and hung around with us and went to all the different locations for the Lafayette tour. But yes, so she'll be out and about and meeting, greeting people, and passing out those books. And I look for Fiona to stay beyond the America's 250 celebration.
Okay, that was going to be one of the questions I was going to ask. Is she sticking around past 2026?
I feel like she's going to stick past 2026. And this is a big. We really don't want to stop with people learning the history of Fayette County. Because if we know the history, then that only transforms the present. So we can take what we've learned and try to make it better. And I feel like the longer that she's around, then our students and our kids are going to learn more about the history and utilizing her. So, those books, we plan on recreating those books and keeping them going for a long time.
That's great. And I'm sure, as she maybe sticks around more of our local kids will maybe, get involved in helping kind of shape how she
absolutely.
Evolves.
Yeah, we have different costumes for her, so you never know. She may show up in a Halloween costume, in an elf costume. You don't know what's going to happen with Fiona.
That's great, Kathy. Very, very exciting. So I want to talk, before we kind of move on and, as our show kind of wraps up a little bit, I wanted to talk a little bit about Discover Fayette.
Okay.
And I know that kind of wasn't on our script that we were kind of working from today, but I feel like it's important as we talk about Fayette County as a place that, we're trying to attract people to visit and people to live here and businesses. To start here and grow here. But so Discover Fayette, we're kind of using that as a whatever
it's
you want to call it, a PR
It's our
initiative.
PR initiative in the county. There is a full PR team that we have that works out of the chamber office, and Discover Fayette is pretty much the brand that we're using. We want people to go out and discover the great things that Fayette County has. And that goes hand in hand with the America's 250. So it's not quite out of the box of what we're talking about already. We want, just like we talk about Fiona going out and exploring those different historical locations and other locations, and just going and supporting our business community. Our small businesses need all the help that they can get around, that we need to go out and we need to support all of Fayette County, not just here and there, this part of, just because this person goes here, I'm not going to go there. We need to go and support the entire county.
Right. And it's just it's amazing how many wonderful businesses that we have here in all of our, different communities. And it's always, it's fun to just kind of even go check out somewhere that you maybe don't go that often.
Right.
And, get a bite to eat at, a local restaurant in Point Marion or Smithfield or Ohio, just like a place that you might not go every day.
Right. So it's funny because we and my family we call it the dinner decider, because we can never decide where we're going to go eat dinner at. So we decided that one of these days that we were going to take a container and we were just going to throw a whole bunch of different restaurants from all over the county that we want to go to, that we normally go to, but then others that we don't usually go to. And when we can't decide where we're going to eat, we pull the dinner decider out, and we pull a restaurant out of the dinner decider. And so that's an easy way to get out of your comfort zone and go somewhere that you've never been before.
Right.
Because I think that's part of the thing that we want to discover with Discover Fayette is get out of your comfort zone and go somewhere else that you've never been. I am the worst person to be talking about this because I hate getting out of my comfort zone. But get out of your comfort zone. Go to a different part of the county that you don't usually visit. Go eat. Go watch a football game, or go watch a softball game, or go watch a baseball game. Go support the kids that are playing in different areas. Everybody says there's nothing to do in this county, but I think half the time they just don't look to see what there is to do in the county.
You're right, because there's so much to do. I like you bringing up, too, about, go watch a football game or so. I mean, there are sports games going on everywhere, every day, all the time. It's just a matter of finding it. And these kids, the kids around here, they work very hard at that stuff. So it's always nice to go out and support them. We want to talk quickly because we'll be running out of time, but there is an America 250 planning meeting tomorrow. Tomorrow
at the Hilton Garden Inn at 1:00. We are looking for historic and cultural organizations, school and educators, municipal leaders, tourism groups, art groups, business community, any community volunteers or event planners. Come on out and help us plan Fayette County events that you want to see be in celebration of America's 250. Tomorrow, 1:00 at the Hilton Garden Inn. We are planning different activities. We're going to talk more about Fiona, I'm sure. We're going to talk more about the 250 Service Award, I'm sure, and talk about everything that's going on at the other local little communities, Connellsville, Masontown, Smithfield, and see who else is there that maybe their little community wants to start planning different activities as well. We talked about doing something to celebrate the 250 on July 4th, 2026, a big something for the county, but all our little communities already do that. So why do we want to take away from that? So tomorrow at 1:00, Hilton Garden Inn, America's 250 planning meeting.
Can people just show up?
People just show up.
Okay, that sounds great. Well, Kathy, again, I appreciate you being on the show. I'm sure you'll be on again talking about as these things get planned and the dates are available and everything, and how people can register and all of that. But again, thank you for being on the show. And with that, we're out of time again.
Always goes so fast, huh?
Always.
All right, ladies, good to see you, and we'll talk again soon.
Thanks,
Thank
TJ.
you.
You're welcome. And that was Raising the Region for this Monday. Again, they're on the second and fourth Monday of every month at 3:15 here on WMBS.
Marcon Building Supply has provided the tri-state area with ready-mix concrete and building supplies for decades. Family owned and operated and built on a foundation of trust,